Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. We said it last week before we left and how it was going to end. Was it going to end fairly? Were we going to see a race of our time? And that is what we saw. But before we go to that, you just saw the Algeria. They just won the FIFA Arab Cup for their very first, and this is the inaugural edition. But it is not the inaugural edition of the tournament because, the first winners are those they even beat in the final of 1963 when Tunisia, picked this trophy. But now it has now been rebranded with FIFA's involvement as FIFA Arab Cup. To tell you something about this is that not only is Algeria the FIFA Arab champions, they are the reigning AFCON champions, and they have just gone 39 matches unbeaten. No national team in history has done that. They break the record set by Italy when Italy went 37 matches unbeaten. So we are going to discuss this and what is the pulse like? How much are they taking away from Qatar, taking home back to Africa, to celebrate and prepare for the AFCON? So we shall look at how beautiful it is to do that. But we did say it here that between Hamilton and Verstappen, it was going to be hot. It was hotter than July, I tell you, at the racetrack. I think I will pick that. I will pick that moment. I will pick those last 3 minutes as at the sporting moment of the year. Forget how controversially it ended. Forget, how, I don't know, sometimes you're looking for certain ways to describe a situation because the feeling of despondency on the part of Hamilton, the acceleration at the part of Verstappen and Red Bull, and then the controversy, the appeal, everything is a potpourri of excitement. That we will look at that, and there is doubt. We're saying, will Hamilton race again? That is another talk. We shall look at the implications of all that. But it is the first one for the Dutchman, the Orange Nation, and I tell you, it was celebration everywhere for Max Verstappen, for Red Bull. And when he got back, to England, I know what it was like. Our league kicked off yesterday. I know 2 days back, that was on the 17th. And then in Lagos here, at the famous Onikan waterfront. And then Remo came visiting the miracle workers, but then the miracle failed them. The prayer warriors couldn't pray enough. It was Remo that went home with all valuable 3 points. That is there. And also, on that particular day, the AGA, the Annual General Assembly, of the NFF would have taken place, but a court in Yenegua said, no, hold it there. There are issues that are pending. Until you clear that, there is no reason why you do that. And then they obeyed the court order and suspended their AGA, the Annual General Assembly. So that one didn't take place. And then probably, if it's possible, we shall also look at some of the issues, that were raised, or why somebody has to go to court to stop the NFF from meeting. So I will move there, and I tell you, because it is a season of record breaking. A season of record breaking. Steph Curry, 29-74. 29-74. That is the 3-pointers. No man in history has done that. The last player that was Ray Allen, who did it in 29-73. And that was 2011. You can imagine all that years back. And the guy did it, which I tell you how many games it took for him to do it. Incredible stats, you can think. For basketball, I know you are basketball lovers. We've not been touching a lot of basketball on this show, but we shall look at this because certain things are too good to pass by. We shall look at the countdown. How many days remaining to Qatar? How many days remaining to AFCON? That one is quite simple because it's just 21 days, 23 days, 3 days to AFCON. Yes, Roy sacked. Before we left last week, we were not sure. We were saying, look, the money involved, they pay up salaries from now. You are owing him about 5-6 months salaries at December, and then you're talking about up to December 2022. I mean, was that enough? Where are you going to raise the fund? But they found a way, and as we speak, Raw is gone, and then Eguavoin with a consortium of coaches are likely to take us to AFCON 2021. So we shall look at all these stories that that are abounding. You never get this excitement enough when it is on Sunday. Ayemi is here. Ayemi, you're welcome to the show. Algeria. 39 matches unbeaten. 39 matches unbeaten. But then our league is just starting. Our national team, Raw, finally left. Where do you want to start from?
Okay, good afternoon, viewers. Happy Sunday, and once again, compliments of the season. Ken, for Algeria, I think I didn't expect less from them. They are the reigning African champions. Going into this tournament, they've gone unbeaten, and again, they've now upped the ante.
Yeah.
Eclipsing Italy's record of 37 games unbeaten. Now they've taken it to 39. I love the fact that this is coming from an African nation. And if you look at it, going into this tournament, this is a tournament typically not on FIFA's calendar. So clubs will ideally not release their top stars.
Yes.
So it's always a tournament where it presents the host of the World Cup, the opportunity to have a dress rehearsal, test run the tournament, again for the host team and the host nation, and for other teams and their coaches to use their fringe players. So he presented Algeria those opportunities. And look at it, that the finale yesterday happened on the 18th of December.
Yeah.
The final of the World Cup will happen 18th of December 2022.
Yes.
So it tells you that 1 year away from yesterday, by next year, December 18, we'll have the World Cup winner. Yeah. Will it be Algeria? Will it be an African team?
Will it be Nigeria?
Will it be Nigeria?
That is if we qualify.
That's if we qualify. Coming back to the issue of Algeria, yes, it's the maiden win, and they're going on with $5.75 million.
Yes.
For me, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
The second place team, that's Tunisia, we go on with $3.5 million. And Qatar, I think that's the surprise team, the surprise team of the tournament. They are going on with 2.75. And beyond that, the quarterfinal game between Qatar and Tunisia had a record 60,000 spectators.
Yes.
Exactly. That's the prize money. The quarterfinal game between Qatar and Tunisia had the record fans attending any sporting event in Qatar.
Yes.
Over 60,000. So it tells you that the country, despite the pandemic, the country is ready to actually host the World Cup. They are embracing it. The fans are out there excited, looking at having a great football in 2022. So for me, it's something to really, really look forward to. And again, for Algeria, we'll say congratulations to them for setting that record, for putting Africa on the world map again, that when it comes to football, we're not minus.
We are not minus. I tell you, you go over there and then you ask yourself, no, like you said, when they finish with the qualifiers, they have 33 matches unbeaten. Then they went over there to Qatar, won their 3x3 group, on the 3 group matches, quarter-final, semi-final, final, 39 matches unbeaten.
And the drama, they left it so late to even...
I tell you, as at full time, it was 0-0. And then two wonderful goals.
Two wonderful goals. The same for the semi-finals too. They left it so late to actually clinch the final ticket.
And there was a controversy of the guy who scored. They defeated Qatar in the semi-finals. You said Bilal,
exactly.
and they are saying, Bilal was sacked because he scored
against
against the host.
His contract was terminated.
All right. Okay. Like we said, Yemi, of course, we waited so long for our league to start. We've pontificated here. There is nothing we didn't do. We tried and tried and tried. Say, when is the calendar going to be? Then finally, the league has started, and it started right there at the famous Onikon waterfront. The other way to the King George V Stadium, they used to call it. But right now, today, only one match was played for the opening day. But today, other matches will start. We want to go to the north. We want to go and meet the king of the north, Muiz, Mohammed Suleiman from Liberty Radio. He does it there and has a great followership up there. Moiz, how are you?
I'm fine. Nice to be on with you again. It's been a while, but it's so good that I'm back with you again on this show that I don't miss for anything.
Moiz, I don't know. I know we're supposed to start with the league, but before we came on air, something filtered in. I don't know if you have any confirmation of this. That Enyimba were supposed to be in Benghazi today to play against El Ittihad, and then they could not go. That means, as we are looking at it, that Enyimba is out of the CAF Confederation Cup without kicking the ball after winning the first leg 2-0. How true is this? Any feelers? What information do you have for us?
Anyway, the only saving grace for Imba has to be if Imba decides to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Otherwise, it's as good as done that Imba are out of the CAF Confederation Cup. It has been a long rigmarole between Imba and Al Ahly Benghazi of Libya. The game was originally supposed to be played in Tunisia. Imba couldn't secure entry visas. They now said, okay, play the second leg first. After the second leg, then you play the first leg. Now, Imba now went ahead to play the first leg. The second leg, the now said should be played in Libya. Imba protested because he didn't cover the cost which they spent in the first game. CAF now said, okay, fine, it's not a problem, but you can do this, you can do that. Only for CAF to rule like 3 days ago that Imba has to be in Libya by Sunday. Imba in turn now said, no, we can't be in Libya on Sunday. Give us an extension of the date. CAF now said, oh no, we can't extend the date unilaterally. It must be the host who will extend the date for you. And the host now yesterday replied that we can't extend the date for you. You have to be in Libya yesterday to play today, otherwise you'll be walked over. How can you tell me yesterday to be in Libya today? How about traveling? How about logistics? How about visa? How about this? How about that? I mean, it's just a case of the politics of CAF. Permit me to use that word. I'm not somebody who truly believe in all of these political things, but this is Eyimba losing out politically because all of the setting of this entire sequence of this event, to say, doesn't favor Eyimba. There were only one-sided towards the way of Al Ahly, Al Ittihad. That same week, Eyimba were ordered to play in Libya, in Tunisia, because of the security situation in Libya. Al Ahly of Libya were allowed to play their game in the same Libya. So I don't understand. So right now, Eyimba are going to be walked over. And you see, it's painful because we were told when Amaju Pinnick went into FIFA and got a CAF Executive Committee member seat, we were told it will give Nigeria a voice at CAF level. We were told it will give Nigeria a voice at FIFA level. But of course, in this entire sequence, I have sourced to hear from Eyimba sources, and they said they have been left alone on their own without little or no support from the federation. We all know what happened with the CAF Champions League game between Raja Casablanca and Esperance, how the Moroccan FA were forcing that game, were insisting on that game being played. It was the Moroccan FA who were in the forefront. In Nigeria, that is not the case. Eyimba are left on their own to battle this case. Look, the Nigerian football cycle doesn't start and end with the Super Eagles. It involves every single thing. Sadly, we have those people running our football believing that all that starts and ends with our football is with the Super Eagles when they play in Lagos or when they are sacking Genotro. That's all that concerns them, at least for the meantime.
In other words, like you are saying, the only option that is, because like we are saying it, by between 4 to 6 p.m. today, there might be that ceremonial walkover, over Eyimba if they don't appear, because they can't fly from Aba to right there to the Benghazi as we speak. That the only option open to them will have to be Court of Arbitration for Sport. Is that what you are saying?
That is what I'm saying. That's the only option available for Eyimba, if you ask me, because right now Eyimba have been schemed out. They have been schemed out politically. It's hurting. It's painful because Eyimba are beginning to make a statement. Their first 2 games, they didn't concede a single goal. They were coming into this game with a whole lot of confidence. They are feeling very, very excited that, oh, finally, this is our year. We have a new coach, Infinity George, is working magic. And all of a sudden, you are punctuating that expectation by telling that they won't be able to take part in the CAF Champions League. Look, Ken, this is sad. Ken, I will accept if Eyimba are knocked out on the pitch. Ken, I will accept if Eyimba failed to do the needful and Eyimba didn't travel. But this is all political. It's a pity that Eyimba are made to pay for something that they deserve not to even be worried about. This is supposed to be an issue between the FA and an FA. Let me shock you, Ken. When Al Ittihad Benghazi were to come into Nigeria, Eyimba secured a clearance from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 for Al Ahly Benghazi not to be subjected to quarantine while in Nigeria. Meanwhile, Al Ittihad Benghazi did not even bother to help Eyimba enter into Tunisia when Eyimba, look, it's just a mess. It's all political. It's all political.
Okay, I know you're a bit pent up, but calm down, Maurice. That is Maurice for you. Getting emotional over this because, like you said, this is becoming a political issue. He will accept it if this matches are played. You beat me on fairly and squarely. But what is happening here? Let's see how it will pan out. Probably our federation will sit up and take it up with CAF and say, please, let's let them reschedule this match even for 48 or 72 hours and give anybody the opportunity to travel so that they can play this match on the pitch. Okay, let's come back. We were supposed to do this show last week, Maurice, but we are doing it now. Probably all is fine out for the best. The league has finally started. Looking at the fixtures, the first match was played Friday. Let's start with the Friday match. Your take on that match was MFM really at home because they were supposed to play in the morning. They said they were going to play at Unicon. Later, we got the news that they were to play at Teslim, and then they now moved. Say, okay, they now move the match over there. Let's take that, Wes. Movies. Let's start with that. Your take on the yeah. Go on.
Another case of Nigerian playing politics where they need not to play politics. That game was scheduled to be played at the stadium where it was played, but MFN wanted it to be played at a different arena, at a different venue. It didn't work. But all of those did not actually affect the game, if you ask me. The game was played and the game was won on the pitch. Remo Stars, right from preseason, have been showing this same form. Remo Stars have brought in some experienced players, newly promoted team, brought in an experienced manager, brought in some experienced players as well, and then did all that they have to do. But that win, you wouldn't say they didn't deserve to win. I'm serious. Remo deserved to win that game on the conduct of play because I streamed that game live. I saw a Remo Stars team that just wanted. You see this MFM team. Sorry to my Lagos people. This MSM team have been living on borrowed luck. A day will come when you run out of that luck. Season in, season out, they lose some of their best legs and always try to recruit new players to come and do the job for them. Remo Stars came to the NPFL with around 50 to 65% of the players who helped them gain promotion. So Remo Stars in essence, were more prepared for this game than even MFM. It's the beauty of it that Remo Stars could go away and defeat MFM in Lagos. But let's also not forget that this is just early days and MFM could yet bounce back. And Remo Stars is a newly promoted team. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. Fine start, fantastic start, but there's still more games to be played.
I like that. We also Brentford, knock Arsenal in the first match in the EPL. Probably let's see how they will keep it up when they play other teams. But then let's look at today's fixtures in today's matches, the other that are coming in. Which one is your pick first in today's fixtures? We have
Aqua United versus Canopilla stand out for me. I remember last season I was at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in the reverse style of this very fixture, which ended the next day because Canopilas fans invaded the pitch and didn't allow the game to proceed. Aqua United gave an option that they will not play the game, but they are going to continue playing the game the next day, of course, which they did. That one stand out for me. With all due respect to the Oriental Derby between Eyimba and Abia Warriors, it's a game that I would love to watch. It's a game that everybody would say, oh, this is a derby game. But these derby games really don't have that excitement in Nigeria. You've watched derby games, you see the Manchester derby, you see the Taiwan derby, you see the Madrid derby, you see the El Clasico, you see the Der Clasica, you see the Der Classic. These are derbies that come with an edge. That this Eyimba versus Abia Warriors derby is because Eyimba are the most decorated side. Eyimba are more decorated than Abia Warriors, so they look like it's just like the Juventus versus Torino derby. You are just city rivals, but it doesn't mean that you are equal on the same plate. So I would like to give it that this one, Eyimba versus Abia Warriors, as much as there's the excitement of a derby game, Finidi versus Imama, I will still want to take it with a pinch of salt and a bottle of malt that I will still go for Aqua United versus Canopilas. Gombe United is a very interesting team. I watched them play in a preseason game here in Kaduna against Castina United, and I can tell you that the boys of Coach Abdul Zubairu can entertain. Up against Shooting Stars, the yo-yo boys of the NPFL. Apologies to my Ibadan people. Shooting Stars are good at gaining promotion this season.
What is here on the set?
They will gain promotion this season. They will go back next season.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Maurice, let's go on a break. We'll come back to you after. Let me know how I can digest it on the set. We'll come back. Those of you watching, stay with us. We'll be back. We'll be right back. All right. right, you're welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday, and we still have Moise in Kaduna. Before we went on break, Moise dropped that bombshell, and Jimmy has just joined us. Jimmy, you're welcome to the show.
I don't know. It's a pleasure to be here, but I don't know why Yemi is so bothered. I mean, when you talk about yo-yo, it has to be about stationery stores, Bendel Insurance, 3SC. So, I mean, you should not feel that bothered.
So, Jimmy, I think when you talk about yo-yo, yes, you can still say, okay, shooting stars up and down like a pendulum. Stationary stores, they've been stationary.
Abiku.
Exactly, Abiku. They've not even moved up. Bendel Insurance, nothing to...
No.
Bendel
Insurance, it was, I mean, if not for the issues that happened last season, insurance.
Exactly.
Who is in the MPSL now?
Insurance, if not for the team...
Moise. I think Ibadan people deserve an apology from Moise for calling shooting stars yo-yo.
He said you should apologize.
That's the club that won the first continental trophy for Nigeria.
Yes, I won the first cup.
Donated by the late MP Abiola.
And the biggest,
I think you need to apologize for calling shooting stars yo-yo.
Okay, first of all, Ken.
Yeah.
Ken, I never thought that this would get my friend so worked up in the studio. But let me put this way.
Yes.
It's a popular statement in Pidgin that I get them before no be property.
no before party.
All right, Maurice.
I concur.
Maurice, let's move on. Let's move on with today's matches. Which is the next one? You're talking about. It was Gombe and shooting. We're talking about which of the match we're talking about before we went on break.
Now we're talking about Gombe and Shooting Stars, two newly promoted teams, teams with very rich history. They are the Savannah Scorpions, the same team too as the Oluyole Warriors. I mean, two teams who are just returning back to the league of the big boys. Two teams who you can actually bet that there will be some entertainment at the Pantami Stadium. But at the end of it all, I expect it to be a cagey one, a very cagey one. But I'm still giving I'm giving Gombe United the edge in this one. The game between Heartland and Nasarawa United is a grudge match. For several reasons, these two teams have been involved. I mean, Nasarawa United last season have to be... The implosion of Nasarawa United had to go down as one of the worst we've ever seen in the history of the NPFL. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nasarawa United, 3 weeks to the end of the Nigerian Professional Football League, were in with a chance for at least playing in the CAF Confederation Cup. Either through the league or by winning the FA Cup. They lost all avenue available to them, failed to make the best use out of their remaining 1 month of the season, and it's all crashed before their face. So here they go again. Katsina United under coach Aziz Mohammed last season, they were remarkable. They were not picking points out. They were struggling to win games at home, struggling away, and all that. Coach Aziz Mohammed came all the way from Sudan and worked his magic against the team. And yeah, they picked up 1 or 2 areas, but still not there. They lost so many players. The last time I counted, they lost like 4 or 5 players from the last count. 4 or 5 players have left Katsina United for Pastor New. So up against this Rangers side, who have only lost their coach in Salisu Yusuf, I still feel this tie is coming a bit too early. But I'll tell you this, the tie that I'm picking, the tie that I'm standing by, the tie that I see is going to provide fireworks is the match between Aqua United and Kano Pillars. I wish this tie is the first tie of the season, not the one we saw on Friday where Ramos Stars were too good for MFN.
Okay, Maurice, before there's also the issue of Heartland and Sunshine Stars. People are saying, why you are still owing your players as at now? Well, I mean, should they be playing in the league? Should they have settled those players? What is the position? What is your take on this?
This is a no-brainer. This is what we call open and close case. It is a no-brainer in the sense that Shooting Heartland FC of Owerri and Sunshine Stars in a serious football environment will not be allowed to take part in any league activity or even football activity. Those two teams have severally violated players' contracts. Players' wages go unpaid. We are bringing ourselves on as an unserious brand of people by allowing these two teams to play in the NPFL. I'm serious. These two teams have severally shown us that they have little regard. They have high disregard and little regard for players' welfare. Players don't get paid. I mean, one is owing 8 months. I was told the other one is owing like 9. Some players will tell you 10, some will tell you 12. It's a mess out there. Between Heartland FC and Sunshine Stars, I go with you, Ken. In a serious football climb, There is no way Heartland FC of Owerri and Sunshine Stars will be allowed to play in the league. But this is Nigeria, where sometimes and most times anything goes.
Okay, I'm always thank you very much. The guys, even the guys in the house here. I mean, some of them are still demanding apologies from you, but I know you won't apologize. You only tell them that you speak the truth. But then let's see if we'll go and watch Aqua United versus Kano Pillars, the defending champions. You want to talk to him?
So Muiz, if you look at the newly promoted team, that's Gombe United, Shooting Stars,
Remo Stars.
Remo Stars.
Yes.
What are their chances of surviving the MPFL this season, of remaining in the MPFL?
You see, it's a tight one. It's a tight one. Most times, newly promoted teams struggle in the MPFL for reasons being that the terrain is very, very difficult for you to navigate. Now, the fact that it's a difficult terrain to navigate means that sometimes you need more than just the talent for you to survive. You also need the cash backing. You need the experience from your administrators. You need to work out how your traveling plans, because you have to travel on long distance. So sometimes these newly promoted teams who are used to the short trip of the NNL and have been caught in the midst of traveling from Gombe to Uyo, traveling from Gombe to traveling from Ibadan to Maiduguri. So before you sort all of this out, it's normally a problem. But I'll tell you this, for the experience that Remo Stars have gained over the years, coming and going back up, I'll tip Remo Stars to stay up. And maybe let me excite you a bit. I'm tipping Shooting Stars as well to stay up. Let me excite you. At least something good for the day as I say bye-bye.
That's the best thing you have said today.
All right, thank you, Maurice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the king of the north for you. He calls it as it is. And Maurice will call upon you while the league is on. He says the Shooting Stars from over the Shooting Stars will stay up this time.
You see, I am not one that patronizes administrators.
Yes.
But when this current administration in Oyo State came on board, knowing that, yes, that team belongs to the state, the man in charge says he wants them, by this time, he wants them to be in the Premier League. And he backed them. He didn't sack the coaches that he met on ground.
Okay.
He supported them, and they gained promotion. In the last couple of months, 2 new bosses were given to Crown of Ogbomoso, and even Shooting Stars of Ibadan presented to them by the state government. And I know that it's not going to stop there, because like Muiz said, in this terrain, the MPFL, you need, how do I put it, the funds, the cash backing. And we not all know in this time that this club being supported by the state, once the funds are not coming through, you are going nowhere. I remember in my early days where I used to travel with Shooting Stars for their game. I remember this particular fixture where we traveled to play Gombe at the Pantami Stadium. We left Ibadan, stayed over in Bauchi, left Bauchi for Gombe. Immediately we finished that game that night. We couldn't even sleep in Gombe. We had to leave to go sleep in Bauchi. And I can imagine the stress of
preparing for another game 2 or 3 days later.
2 or 3 days later in Ibadan. So I can imagine all this. But with all those experience, I believe, like Muiz said, Shooting Stars will pull through, and I hope that with the backing, they remain in the MPFL.
Okay, let me come to you on that. It says, okay, the governor is doing well.
Yeah.
Doing all that. And we've seen sport-loving governors, which is one expression.
I hate to use.
We hate to use on this set. I mean, because it's always a sport-loving governor.
Exactly.
But again, there will be that time where there will be the Pharaoh that doesn't know a Caesar, where there will be no sport-loving governor, because you have not put.
You know what my fear is?
Yes.
You see, we're moving into 2022. And by the time we move into 2022, election year is coming, and the governors will be distracted, focusing on election. Activities of state will suffer, governance will suffer. And you see, the demand for funds from others.
That is what I want to ask him. That is what I want to ask him. I don't want to ask you. I want to ask him this. The governor is doing The governor is doing so well. The governor is doing well. Even in most of that, we've seen a lot of bosses that have been given to some of the clubs throughout the week. A lot of them, even the same Aqua United, they were given 100 million. They were given.
Once they win the league, they are giving those.
But the thing is, like we are saying,
sustainability.
That's what I want to ask you.
I think,
should the governor, after doing all these, I mean, what is the next phase? What is it to say? how can it be self-sustaining?
I think the last club side that actually did something similar, if I do remember, is Rangers, where they won in that, fascinating manner. They had popcorn, they had a lot of stuff, they had a lot of Friday night matches, and we're so excited that, the innovation they brought to the table. And you ask yourself, we are talking about the government, we're talking about government money being, utilized, but we are saying that how innovative are these club sides to generate revenue themselves? There was a time
we're talking about.
If you are talking about sustainability,
that's what we are talking about here. Not even what is whatever. That's what we are saying here. Yes.
And again, that's where I'm coming from. Because
the owners of the team, now the governors, what are they doing?
These are the
to
things.
Remove their, maybe 50% funding, 30% funding,
I
and
understand you totally.
That's what we are going. Yes.
If the government does not see that they can actually generate revenue, it will be hard to do that. But if you talk about structure, we don't have structures in our football. It's all over.
Which is what they should put.
And Jimmy,
and wait,
come to think of it, just one thing. Would you now, with the current state of the league, a league that has no particular calendar, would you put your money there?
No, I think we are mixing things up. Ordinarily, this league should not have started because we keep talking about putting the financial criteria, administrative, medical infrastructure. Most times we just like to react. We are not being proactive. Are all these things, do they have a checklist to ensure all these things are being put in place? Even the LMC, they should hold it there to ensure clubs have a proper business model analysis. It's not just about the clubs. The clubs will continue to complain, players will continue to complain if you don't entrench proper structure from top down. It is not just about government and clubs.
Atlant and Sunshine is a case in point.
Exactly, because the league itself, in their own administrative, now they have not done the needful to ensure that the clubs themselves are absolutely responsible.
Maybe I'm looking at it from a different point of view.
Okay.
Like I said, the league management committee. Okay, last time we were saying about 2000. I think it was
2013, March 2013,
March 2013 that it was incorporated.
Yeah.
So they are running a league, and if you look at initially those who were asked to run the league, they were those who do not own a club.
Exactly.
There was supposed to be an interim management committee. It's like
and
we are having issues among ourselves.
Yeah.
It's okay, fine. Come in and normalize issues so that put in a template for them to go and run their own election, put a new constitution, whatever it is. But they took it over themselves and whatever it is. So that is a talk for another day because at least it has been legitimized and stuff like that because it has been incorporated since 2013 in March till now. So to me, they are running the league. As you run your business, it's not, to me, it's none of the league's business. Get what I'm trying to say?
I don't agree.
If you are good, no.
I don't agree.
See, the English or the clubs can go on administration. If you don't run it well, you go.
But before they get the league started, there are actually things that they check to ensure that you are viable.
Exactly, there are standards.
There are standards that must be set and met.
Which is what we are saying here now. That
instead of another cliche word I don't like to use, Senna climbs.
Atlant, you don't like to use it. It's for real.
Atlant and Sunshine should not be allowed to play.
Okay. Now what I'm saying, that is why I didn't want. That's what I'm. The question I'm asking you here now is this. That's what I'm saying here. We all know that these are the problems. We are lucky that we have a sport-loving governor. Now, that sport-loving governor, should it not be, like you understand, or we, to let him understand that you can't keep on being the father? Because I'm going to be a time that there is no money, like you said, to run it. Can you give this club to the people of Ibadan? You understand? Can you, okay, fine, they have 2 stadiums, give them 1 stadium. Make fund available for us so they can pay salary for the next 2-3 years. For them, okay, this is what you need to sustain.
Most times, I think that we normally like to say
to the people.
We normally like to say,
yes,
give the club back to the people.
Yes.
But we don't understand better that it might be, it might be better for us to get PPP working, private partnership. We've seen the likes of Odigbide talk about community ownership. Even for
I agree with that. It is a start. It cannot be wholesale.
Stationary stores are trying to do. But at every point in time, you consider the fact that for you to even prosecute matches for a season, it requires a humongous amount.
They are doing it. We are having clubs spending 800 million, 600 million to run club. We spoke to the 3S general manager some time ago, and we asked him here on set and said this is how whatever it is. What I'm saying is this: short term, The governor is doing all this, spending 800, 1 billion. We are now saying, okay, should the governor with his team, or with his intellectuals and whatever advisors, look at it? Is there a way in the next 5 years that the Oyo State government can run itself? If we are supporting 100% this year, can we support 80% next year? Can we support? So that, okay, let's just make it there so that people as if we are wasting all our time. But that is what I'm talking about.
I
here.
understand.
All right, we have. Well, okay, all right. The line is already open and the whole face. All right. Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much for picking my call.
Yeah.
This is Olafe.
Go on.
Yeah. We are talking about the governor, like our Kwara State governor now. Let me pass the information to you people there. When they banned when the NFF say the stadium, do you know what the governor done? He makes sure he released 5 million to make sure they renovate it back so that Kwara United can play in the Kwara. That is number one. Number two, 12 players, a new players. He makes sure that this time around, they must collect the league and they must play in the African Cup tournament. So, like Kwara State now, we are so happy for what he done. And I want you to watch out for Kwara United this time around. We have a new goalkeeper, he's American. You understand? He's American, but he's a Nigerian. But the citizen is from America.
I thought it's Brad Gilbert.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I know you are a Ranger. The other guy is a shooting star. Just come and watch our match and watch our plan. Our coach, we don't sack our coach. And we are still believe that this time around, we win. About the NFF of General, what they're supposed to do, since they do it now. They are just done it now. It's a wrong.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You watch Ranger against Kwara United, and I want to shooting star and against
the other time you brought back Adela Yoruba, you brought him back, and then whatever. Now you are bringing American goalkeeper. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We love Kwara United.
As much as those governors can put in funds and have medium term and long term plans,
yes,
I think the body managing the league has to do a lot with respect to making it marketable for Nigerians to even want to put their money in. It's not, you can't just say, oh, people of Ibadan, come and take over this club. If I'm going to put my money for what?
You see, no. A lot of, I think we've been speaking about this for over 10, 15 years. We didn't start talking about it
I understand, but what has changed?
No, we didn't start talking about it.
I remember the National Sports Festival, the only administration that declared account, whether it was profit or loss, was Gateway Games.
Yes. All right.
How many years ago was that?
In Lagos, yeah. John. Hello, John. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon, that end.
Good afternoon.
And your intelligent, smart colleague there, you are great, every one of you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Please, I want to quickly make it 2 points clear, please. Number one has to do with this camera that they start. Okay. Thank God this one has done. And it's examples, both Nigerian supporters are, Super Eagles, supporters. That is what we really want. But I want you, being a sport journalist, to really don't just let it stop there. I want you to, bring your searchlight on the NSF. Let's know what is really happening. Have they really settled this man? Please, they should give him all his due, for God's sake. Okay?
John.
Fine, they have not performed well. Majority of what they should do, and they have done that now. Let them pay him his full salary. So, if
they are listening. Yeah, John, they are listening, and we hope they will do the needful.
Hope it's not a strategy.
Okay. Number two, another point I want you to really fall to take up is that China being the 14th best station in Nigeria. 14th time your station has really one of the best TV station. Yeah. And I've been following most of the sports you people normally roll out. So I want you to kind of Ken, I want you to really handle this, please. I want you to start a kind of crusade in all Nigerian sports. For God's sake, we don't need any foreign coaches again, please. Okay? I'm not against foreign coaches coming to coach our, clubs, being basketball, football, table tennis. They can come in, but our national team, for God's sake, no more foreign coaches in our national, team. And for you to know, I don't know why we Nigerians are just so slack. We are not really, pushing more effort. These people have done a lot since 1984, when the Dukan Valley team, won the Kodak under 17 World Cup.
Yeah, that's 85. That was 85 for China.
Sorry,
yeah.
85.
Yeah.
We used our local coach, and they were able to beat like on Brazil, Daniel, and all that. Are you getting it? Even currently now, see what our left stars are doing. And I want you to really, show more light on what is happening on the Linguistic Federation. They are making Nigeria proud, but you people are not really bringing them out to let us know what is happening. Thank you very much for this. Don't forget the crusade. No more foreign coaches in Nigerian sports. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on because I mean we have it choked at this year, but of course the costs can still be coming in while we take them. Max Verstappen eventually won it, but the way that race ended, we beat it. I mean, I think there will be a movie.
Is it Ken?
Made of that.
Late safety car. Decision by Michael Massey to allow 5 cars to
overlap, yes.
And a lot of drama.
Yeah.
But like we said, we expected it to get to the tipping and boiling point. And that was, Sir Hamilton was very dominant, proud to that. But with the left call for safety car and Massey's decision, that gave...
and whatever because Schumacher didn't want his father's record to be broken.
And that gave
Verstappen
the lead. But for me, I look at next season with a lot of excitement and optimism. People are asking, will Hamilton still race? It gives him something to look forward to.
The way, my guy, I know. See,
the way he won in Jeddah. What happened in Saudi too? Whichever way you want to look at it.
What I'm saying is this: I'm not in Hamilton's shoes, but I know how I felt. I know how I felt myself. You understand? What you are looking at the promised land, and you believe you were not dealt fairly.
Ken, I think
because one, like Massey has a right, he has a right to make a call, but did he make the right call? You understand? Did you change the rules? I mean, who did it affect? How does it happen? All right. Okay. Let's go straight to Anambra. Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Jerry, how are you?
Yeah, Pastor Jerry. God bless you from Aba.
From Aba. Okay, Pastor Jerry. Yeah.
Yes, Pastor Jerry Nadine from Enyimba City.
From Enyimba City.
Yes.
Okay.
From Enyimba City, Aba, the number one club in the whole of Nigeria.
Oh, we agree. But CAF is doing them something.
Yes, I heard that news. I'm not very happy because I saw what Enyimba did in the last match in Aba. Yeah. And the match, you can see that our new coach in Aba is really turning the team upside down. And I believe the club in Libya is really afraid of Enyimba because the Enyimba's performance is so high. And please, it is very, very good that the whole CAF should look into the situation of Enyimba to make sure that the second match is played.
All right.
Yes. And the issue of Genedro. Genedro came into Nigerian Super Ego and mesmerized the whole team. Made the team to just be like Ego without speech. You know, you could see how Ego was able to play without focus. For 5 years, a coach being in our national team for 5 years, we couldn't have any good tangible results. I don't know, this type of foreign coach is really a setback to this country. So please, I would like our country to just look inward. We have people like Stephen Casey. who can bring in something good to the table.
Okay.
Our
We'll
problem in
resurrect
this
him.
country is that we don't have value for what we have inside.
All right.
You can see what is happening in England. They are bringing up their own
Coach, exactly.
retired players into coaching. What is happening to our own players? Does it mean that our own players, retired players, they are not interested in coaching, or are we not? You know,
we need to go on a very short break, Jerry. Thank you very much. When we come back, this line will still be open. Stay with us. All right, you're welcome back. The home run, and we have to do this so fast. Like we said, the annual General Congress of the NFF would have met on the 17th, which is on Friday. But a court order from the Federal High Court in Yenegua did stop that. They had a restraining order, so that it couldn't hold.
Yeah.
Okay, those are, and then they were served the NFF, you know, if all the members there and those who are running the league, plus the Minister of Sport and the Inspector General of Police were all served. And then that is how the NFF now came and said, okay, fine, we are not going to do this. And then they stopped it because, you know, probably until the order is vacated.
I think this is commendable. It looks like almost the first time in a long while that you have had the NFF, you know, actually obey court orders. We've seen in times past there will be this impunity.
They say football matters don't go to court.
Football matters don't go to court. But this time around, they have respected the order from the court, and you know they have put the Congress on hold for now. And I think right now we'll just allow the court of law to take its due course,
and let them resolve whatever differences that you have. The court should be a place instead of taking laws into your hands. Then you get it sorted out.
Definitely so.
Because we're saying the court is not there. Sepp Blatter is still going to court. Everybody is still going to court. There are fundamentals if they're going to court. So it is not the end. But like this is the civilized thing to do, like what the NFF has just done. Say, look, we are not taking laws into our hands. We are, you know, we're putting it on hold, pending when these issues are resolved. And that is very, very commendable. So count down to the World Cup. We have 337 days
to Qatar.
So you keep counting it too, because sometimes before we start, even if we are not going to qualify, but we are sure of almost qualifying.
Let's be optimistic.
No. What I mean is even if we have not qualified, what I wanted to use. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Even if we have not qualified, I mean,
apologize, but Ken is apologizing.
Even if we have not qualified, we should be making arrangement to get the funds that we need. It is not then they say want to send to presidency to give approval. Get on the say, look, just in case, we must still get the money. You said the question of approving. You could have a release. So okay, fine, this is how much, this is a budget that we need and stuff. So they should start planning about 337 days to the World Cup. That's when they're going to start. November the 21st, 2022.
3 weeks to AFCON.
And 21 days to AFCON. Of course, we have a Guavon and a consortium.
After General was finally sacked.
Yes. So Guavon and his team will arrange and see how they can get that sorted out. Yes. Yeah. Okay. There's this story that also concerning the AFCON. The list of the referees that are going to AFCON is out. And this is one of the things that we're talking about here. They've just released the list. I mean, the final list, if they have that list. But in that list, gentlemen, can you tell us how many?
We have 8 for Morocco, 5 from Algeria,
yes,
5 from Egypt,
yes,
5 Senegal has got 4,
yes,
Tunisia 3, Cameroon 3, Angola 2, Kenya 2, Seychelles 2, South Africa 2, DRC 2, Federal Republic of Nigeria 1.
Seychelles has 2. I mean Kenya. I mean this is the list.
Even Burundi has got 1. Yeah.
If Burundi, you are looking.
And let me even now bust.
Morocco has 8.
Let me bust your head. What we have is just even
an assistant referee, not even a referee.
Ken, I think this
an assistant referee is what we have. An assistant referee,
the last person
not even a referee.
Was Baba Adel. Baba Adel was the last assistant referee that we had. Now, that was when we had 56 referees and assistant referees. We have 64, even more referees and assistant referees now. and we have only one
An assistant referee, no VAR, no nothing. No.
It's
Senegal.
Samuel Paptu
Ken,
Yes.
since the 2008 Nations Cup,
Yes.
if you look at it, at least since 2008 Nations Cup, we've only been allowed to present one assistant referee.
Assistant referee.
Since 2008. We've had 5 Nations Cups, and that's 10 years, a decade.
But even when your referees are not even, your league is not on, where would they be practicing? Where would the referee be officiating?
Based on the fact that
they are rusty.
You see, they have,
okay, please, let Raji is there. Raji is original from Kaduna.
Coach Raji.
Hello, Raji. How are you?
Ken, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend, Raji.
Yeah, I just want to speak on the sacking of Coach Ganatara.
Okay.
You see, it is a decision I so much welcomed.
Okay.
But one thing I'm seeing is that surrounding the Super Eagles with ex-internationals, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay, it's an innovation, Raji. We have ambassadors.
Then I know what I'm saying. I've been coaching since year 2000.
Okay, that's 21 years.
Yes, experience as a coach.
Yeah.
Understand? You play football doesn't make you a coach. You play football doesn't make you a coach. Nigeria is too big for what I'm seeing. With our population and our pedigree in football, before the sacking of Coach Roa, at least what I'm expecting is that arrangements will have been made to bring a world-class coach.
Is Raji, is a Guavoin not a world-class coach?
He was there before. What did we achieve?
He has always been on interim. Yes. And I remember when Chukwu was sacked, he went to Algeria and beat them, I think, by 4-1 away. I remember that, Raji. I remember that. So I believe world-class. We brought in some world-class coaches. So we brought in Bora Milutinovic.
Definitely.
Go on, Raji. Go on, Raji.
We have coaches in Nigeria here that can do that job. What happened to Harmonike?
Yeah, okay.
What happened to Harmonike that have gone out, had the experience and come back? What happened to him? Why picking somebody
this is an interim arrangement.
He had been there before, in 2006. In 2010, he had been there. He's already, someone that knows the game inside out.
And it's an interim arrangement. Anyway.
It's an interim arrangement, so why not?
So, Raji, you heard that. They said it's an interim. It's not a permanent thing. He may not even lead the team to AFCON. They might, still get a coach before then. But let's see what is going to happen.
What is disturbing me is that surrounding the Super Eagles with the ex-internationals, I don't see any...
The ambassadors now. Raji, ambassador.
With the DNA of Super Eagles.
That can be there to assist the Guabon. Not surrounding the team with the ex-internationals. Playing football before doesn't make you a coach.
Thank you, Raji.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The major problem I do have with the setup is the fact that majority of the guys that are now there they actually used to be part of the technical department. So
they handed over to the technical department.
Exactly. So it's basically just handing over to the technical department. So who are the ones that will supervise
let's take basketball. Steph Curry did it. We told you this. Steph Curry, the man did it 27.94. Is that 29? No. When you break the record, it was 29.74. But these are the all-time. This is the all-time three-pointers. Look at this team.
And Reggie Miller, the two of them were actually present when he did break the record.
But look at the Steph thing.
Yes.
Steph Curry did this
in less number of games. 790.
790 games.
Yes.
While what happened in 1,300 games.
1,300.
Now look at it. 13 seasons. The other guy did it
in 18 seasons.
That if Steph plays in another 5 seasons, how many 3-pointers is he going to make?
And this is seen as one of the most incontrovertible facts in sports, not just basketball. More like the metrics are clear. It's not about saying this one is greater than this one.
No.
This is clear. The distinction is massive.
If you look at them, himself, James Harden, and then Damian Lillard are the active players. And then he has been at the same 13 season with James Harden. The next person
903 games.
You understand? 903 games, and that is you can.
A difference of
25. Look at how many he has done,
Definitely.
and look at it. So in the next 3, 4, 5 years. We're talking about this guy might reach to 4,000.
Absolutely.
And then it will just be there.
It's been calculated that at least you'll be able to do that at least more than 400 times. So what are we talking about? It'll be very difficult to break this record.
In fact, he said he wants to get where the record will be untouchable.
Untouchable.
So that is that is the landmark. Steph Curry for you, the man who has transformed the 3-pointers. He's just 6'2", so he doesn't have to go close by.
What's your height again?
Why are you asking? I'm not playing basketball. You see, Yemi, don't look away.
I'm not supporting you this time around.
Yemi, ask him. Yemi, no, you ask him what is his own. No,
he can hear you.
So that is the Reggie Miller and the Ray Allen you're talking about. Handling him over there in 29-74.
And this says a lot about superstars when somebody's about to eclipse that record that that starts.
Yes.
What exactly do you do? You need to be magnanimous.
Ruben is real from Sapele. Hello, Ruben. It's been long.
I'm telling you, I've been trying.
Okay.
Yes. Mr. Ken, first of all, let me say my sincere gratitude to the NFL first for letting Raw go first. But my question is this: what is the difference between half a dozen and six?
Okay.
I do not know. Because sacking General and replacing him with Eguavoin, I thought we should have allowed General to just finish the pending disaster, like the NFL said, that was waiting to happen, instead of bringing Eguavoin. If I've not seen somebody like you were saying, the world-class coach that will be bringing world-class, I don't see any reason we should. Although you said interim basis, it can be changed tomorrow, because we have been seeing news that they have been talking to some foreign coaches. I even listened to someone saying that they even consulted Mourinho. And Mourinho has a choice in Nigeria.
We like all these G's, all these confirm whatever it is.
So I do not know. Let them just don't break the heart of Nigerians this Nations Cup. Let us get a good coach and let us start planning now.
Ruben, let me shock you. What of we have that scenario where Eguavoin and the team lead this team to Cameroon and lift the trophy?
It's very possible.
I mean, Robert Di Matteo won the Champions League. I mean, what is his pedigree?
I'm not okay. If he's going to win, no problem. We will hit him. But if he doesn't win, we will have his head.
Do you want him to win? No, you won't have his head. Why would you have his head?
No, when I have his head.
I know you're figurative, but we don't take anybody's head. You can have his job.
It's just. I understand. We are not taking his head, but we will call for a sack also. So I want him to win.
Yeah, you sack an interim. When you sack him, he goes back as head of technical department. So, thank you, Ruben.
People there. They are doing well now.
They are doing well. So you can't say anything. All right, thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Ruben. Let us take Tiger Woods.
We need to disabuse our minds. What exactly do we want? Right now, it's not about football philosophy, not about the pattern. It's now about the result that can be gotten. So we all have to support.
Let's get the result. We can talk philosophy later. As at now, it is not philosophy. Put the horse before the cat. The horse will draw the cat. It's the 3 point that matters now. Let us go. I'm not saying
consulting Mourinho.
No, all right, let's see. It was I checked
Tiger Woods,
news.
exactly.
Seeing Tiger Woods back. I would never
But,
thought the
yeah.
guy was going to play
10
golf
months after,
again. Oh my
10 months
God!
after
Oh my
crashing his
God!
car.
Oh my
Exactly.
God! This is the
And
news
even playing-
that gladdened my
crashing
heart the
his
most.
And even
yes.
playing with his child, Charlie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the tournament is the PNC Championship. He used to
Yeah.
yes.
He's doing well.
No, he is playing golf.
That's the most important
That's the most
thing, yeah.
important thing.
Yeah.
And I tell who rules it that this guy cannot maybe in the next 1 year
Who
that he
knows?
comes on, but he
There is
came
nothing
back
that
to win the number
says-
15.
exactly,
When we
yeah,
thought
after
he
a
was
long
dead
time.
gone.
Yes, yes.
All right, Dio. Hello, Dio. How are you? Hello, Dio.
Hello, Adriana. Good afternoon, Ken.
Good afternoon.
Well done for a good job.
Thank you very much, Dio.
Now, let me start from this league, our league of the thing. What this LMC? Who is the chair? Somebody is chairman. One is I don't know the organizer or what are the organizers.
We have the chairman. We have the COO. But now we have the CEO. And we shall look at the organogram later.
Okay, please. Let them do something right. See. Hello, Ken.
Go on.
Ken.
Yes.
Please let them get it right first. I talked to you, I think, about 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
2 weeks back that if it's only 7, if it's 8 or 7 league club that is viable, let them be working. 7 or 8. Now look, I was saying something you show now about AFCON referees. There's no Nigeria referee there.
We have assistant. We have one assistant.
Assistant referee, Samuel.
That's very embarrassing. Very embarrassing.
We are giants of Africa now.
To over 200 million population, you are taking only one assistant referee.
Yeah. He will run the lines. He will run the lines.
For a country that have won 3 times, this trust me, 3 times with uncountable bronze and silver. You are taking only one. This is managerial. Wait. Don't say.
I'm not saying anything. Okay, let me fold my hands.
Listen. Well, just sit down right. What I'm saying, it is an embarrassing to Nigeria itself. It's an embarrassing to Nigerian league. It's an embarrassing to the federal government itself. This thing is uncalled for. Listen, let me tell you. Wait. Let me tell you.
Nobody's holding you. Go on.
The point I'm making is like, it's better we do something right for once for all. Ken, please. Tell them you are very close to them. Let them get it right.
Talk to Yemi and Jimmy. I'm not the only one here now. We are 3.
I don't want to talk to Jimmy. Jimmy is too argumentative. Tell them to do something right, please, so that we can break down our name among the Committee of Nations. Nigeria is a football nation.
All right, thank you.
Right from our
Dio.
Charity begin at home.
Thank you. This charity will begin at home. We start from Lagos. Thank you, Dio. All right, we are going home. We are going, guys.
So, viewers, thank you so much, Ken, for having us. We're hoping that, yes, the league has commenced. And like Dio said, let's get it right for once.
Let's get it right.
We pray we don't take this malaise, this malfeasance into 2022. And like I do say, hope is not a strategy. We have to be strategic about getting it right in 2022.
Hope is not a strategy. And like we said, and what they are saying here, NFF, the federation, the fate of Enyimba being in the continent is in your hand. This is either you do it or you do it. You have no alternative. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Have a blessed Sunday.